Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Motivational Rant. I am your host, Dino the Genetic Marvel, and as always with me is my co-host, Crystal Morency. Good morning, Crystal. How are you?
Hello, Dino. I am good. Good morning. Good. Say that sentence 5 times quick. Good morning to you. Goodness. Good morning. Fuck, here we go again.
I'm just going to wait until she's done. I don't know what else to do. I don't want... People were like, Dino, why do you cut her off? You're so mean.
How was your night? How was your night, Dino?
I slept great.
What'd you do?
My elbow is still hurting, though. I feel like I slept on it weird, so it's like missing half the feeling. So I'm just slowly like massaging it and getting it back. I'm very fat, people. This is the problem.
Were you like George Costanza sleeping like this? Like, oh my God, can I paint you on a couch?
No. What the fuck is happening? Crystal needs girlfriends, people. I feel like she's made a terrible mistake here, and keeps assuming that I'm going to be her girlfriend. I'm not going to be her girlfriend.
Well, you're my buddy, and I don't like girls, so, because girls are mean to me. So, I think that, like, you're the closest thing that I've got to a girlfriend. My gay friend lives really far away,
no,
so...
that's not true either. I'm not... What's happening?
He sent me a video last night of these guys, like, they were all gay, but this one guy was hooting and hollering, and this girl thought that he was hooting and hollering at her, but really he was hooting and hollering at a guy behind her, and then it ended up being another guy, and then 3 guys end up in this car, and this hot girl was just left standing there.
It was deliciously sexist, but not the way you'd expect. It was fantastic. And they all ended up getting into a little Mini Cooper, too, with their shirts off at the end. I saw the video. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's so funny that women automatically think that, like, and I think that's what makes me naive about it, is that I don't really think that people mean it sometimes. I'm like, oh, you're just saying that to be nice, or oh, you're just drunk, or oh, you must be on some, or oh, you must have made really bad choices in life.
What the? Crystal!
Well, I just... You've seen what some of the men that message me look like and stuff, and you're like, wow, what do I look like?
No, you can't think of that.
But they have the balls to, like, talk to you. You're like, oh. No, I know my history's pretty damn good, so.
It's not that. Listen, the point is this.
It's not about looks, though, for me.
Well... You can't say that. You can't put that out there, Crystal, because now you're going to have a bunch of fucking mongoloids who are like, hey, baby, what's up? Yeah.
Well, I am kind of vain. I mean, I am kind of vain. My body's been through some shit, and I still keep it tight and stuff, and I'm almost 40, so I think that they should at least...
What's wrong with not keeping it tight there, Crystal? What's wrong with not keeping it tight?
There's a there's a middle zone. No, but there's a gross middle zone between people like me and people like you. There's these middle zone people that, like, where it's just not comfortable, because it's either you're going to go from one side or you're going to go to the other. So pick a side, because either it's all about appreciating what you have, and they don't appreciate it. So either they're going to be big and really appreciate it, or be skinny and just, like, appreciate it for health reasons. Food is what I'm...
That actually made sense. Good for you. Yeah,
I make a lot of sense if you listen to me.
Well, Crystal, as our viewers will respond, that yesterday we just didn't stop listening to Crystal.
Fuck.
Crystal just kept on talking.
Because Dino decided to get all stoned and not say a fucking word other than advertise us.
I had a great time.
Left me totally blabbering on about the most retarded fucking shit that you could think of. And we talked about... No more shit. I shouldn't even have said shit. I do not want to have one more episode where we mention shit for at least 3. We need to go 3 without talking about butt stuff and shit. Okay?
So...
and that was it for the butt stuff and shit.
Non-stop butt stuff here on Morning Motivational Rant, guys. That's how we do things.
5 minutes in, we are done with it.
Non-stop butt stuff. 5 minutes in, and we are back on butt stuff.
No. Shh.
So, you know what?
I don't want to talk about butt stuff.
I think a lot of the problems that we experience in life are from choices that we feel are unsurmountable. Wait, you wanted me to talk. What do you want? What are you laughing at me now?
Because you're you, and I love it. It's funny.
Anyways.
We're talking about something funny. You're like, now, people, the choices that we make in life are very important. Okay, Dr. Phil, lay it on us.
I am not Dr. Phil. I am not that bald and not that southern. Thank you very much. I too often, like, people in general, we don't want to be alone. We are pack animals. As much as we fight it, we've talked about it before on the podcast, is that we are pack animals. We do want that community around us. And we've been told, literally, that everything possible to make us not focus on community and not focus on that stuff, which is bad. And that's why when we get into a situation where someone gives us a little bit of attention, and even we know that it's not going to go well, we will still stand there and go, well, you hear a woman say, maybe I can change him. Or a man might say, yeah, but she's changed.
About me.
Yeah, it's, listen, I know that he'll be faithful, or I know he's changed, and things like that. And you're going, this is the thing, is that when someone is destroying themselves, it's the same idea between someone drowning. You never grab someone who's drowning. The reason being is because they will just pull you down with them. That's what will happen. They're not looking for something to hold on to. They're looking for something to pull, to lift themselves up. And that's why, like, a lifeguard will actually throw a life preserver to them. That's the whole principle behind it. So a lot of the times when we all of a sudden start getting those affections from somebody, it's an enjoyable thing to feel someone's affection. No one's going to say it's not. The problem is that too often we see people use that manipulation. Oh, well, don't you love me? Oh, well, if you love me, it'd be different. And that's the thing is, this is something people say. You'll
learn to love me.
You'll learn to love me.
Learn to love me. Yeah, you'll learn to love me. I don't know. I do crave for people to love. Like, I do need that acceptance. Like, I chase after the ones that I know will be bad. Like, I know the guy's going to be a douche. I know that he's going to, and I'm like, I want you because I know that you're going to break my heart. And I want to fight for it. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
yeah.
And it's deeply disturbing. But
it's horribly disturbing, people. Horribly disturbing.
I don't know I know how to do all the actions of love, and I know how to do, like, I know what other people are supposed to feel, and I can make them feel like they're, like, on top of the world, they're a king and stuff, but I have a hard time feeling it myself, like, feeling that special to somebody, because I always distance it, and they could be showing it to me, but I don't know how to take it. I don't know how to, and I ruin it and I move to a different city. Like, that's how I roll.
But that's okay. It's okay. What I'm saying is this, guys. We don't talk about relationships in a way that matters much anymore. We talk about feelings and emotions, which they are symptoms of the underlying event, right? Well, they make me feel like this, or I know they love me. I know they love me first. Okay? But what we're talking about
I know his main bitch.
Yeah, right? And that's the thing is, people will pride themselves on it. And one of the comments that I sent to one of the many gentlemen suitors that decided to comment on Crystal's video, where he said that he showed his significant other of 20 years, the comment he made, and his significant other's response was, that woman is going to kick you in the balls someday, okay? And he said, so yeah. I'm like, and my response was, and you see that as success. And I just said, wow. Just wow. Because that's two people who are batshit fucking crazy talking to each other. Okay? Yeah. Number one, he's saying, oh yeah, I show my... when I hit on women on the internet, I show my significant other. What's wrong with you? You're an idiot.
Note to men, as a woman with a head on her shoulders, I would not date the guy that hits on me while he's got a woman and stuff. We will have nothing to do with each other, because and I see how you are. First of all, I see how you are, and then you disrespect me and think that I'm gonna be like that. So you don't already see me in that kind of light. You already see me in that kind of, I don't like that. Unless you're being beaten for money, then it's not a thing gonna happen. Or you want...
What the fuck? You can't take a crazy swing like that and be like, unless you're getting beat for money, then it's okay.
Well, not anymore. Not anymore, but by somebody else. By somebody else, but...
Still not okay. Not your fucking problem. Listen. You can't.
Well, no, I wouldn't be with that guy. I'm just saying that that's, like, you know, I don't like, because I've had that happen where, like, guys have hit on me while I've had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Or guys have, like, and, like, they're friends. Like, your boyfriend's friends and stuff like that will hit on you. And you're like, how disrespectful is that, though? Because you have to pretend like it didn't really happen because you don't want to cause a big, like, uproar. And then you have to, like, just... You know, it's just so awkward.
I don't agree with that. I'll be honest with you. If somebody goes and starts hitting on their friend's girlfriend, that person should be outed as the weasel and piece of shit that they are. That's my opinion.
It always gets turned around on the girl. It always does, especially if they've been friends for a long time and you're new to the group. And
then leave.
Which always happens to me.
And you know what? And that's...
No, I do.
I know.
That's why I'm a leaver. I don't settle.
I'm not just advising you, Crystal. I'm advising the whole world, okay?
Sorry, I always think you're just talking to me, like your motivational rants. I'm like, oh, yeah. I know.
No, but that's the thing is... I feel, I worry, I do worry, and that's not that women aren't capable. Obviously, we've already covered how capable women are and that they are outclass men on a regular basis.
Not in every way.
Okay, but you can just get a ladder. What's the big deal? Okay?
Yeah.
It's not, listen, there are certain things that men are capable of doing, and there is a plethora of things that women are more capable of doing. That being said, my heart goes out to women that are in those situations. I know that recently there was a lot of buzz up until coronavirus that there were, there were some of the terms was an angel shot or something else, like certain shots that you could order as a woman that felt that you were in distress. And it boggles my mind that you would have to use a code to convince someone that this was a serious situation. Number one. Number two, it also blows my mind that some people will abuse that generosity by an establishment to ruin someone else's evening. And I know that sounds misogynistic. And the only reason that I call that out is because I've seen that kind of shit happen. I've read it happening.
That's horrible.
And that's the thing is, you ruin it. You ruin it for the establishment. Yep. You ruin it for people who are actually in need. And that's like, we're having this huge debate.
It ruins it. It's so bad. And that's with the whole riots and everything. The people that are not rioting for the right purpose and stuff, they're ruining it for the people that are.
Yeah.
Because the people that are trying to get their point across, they can't because they've got all these people breaking shit and breaking into buildings and stuff. Meanwhile, that's not what they're there for, but that's what they're seen as now.
Oh, yeah.
And these women that cry wolf and stuff like that in certain situations.
And men.
It's like,
and men who cry wolf.
Like, people in general that cry wolf over situations, and you want all this sympathy, you want all this stuff. For the people that it actually happens to,
it's traumatic.
They can't say shit because now you're already placed in this category that those people that don't even have anything to do with it put you in.
And this is the thing,
because now they put you in that category, and it's like, fuck, you guys, like, you ruined it for us.
I have been in situations as I was involved as for guidance or counsel purposes in a discussion with private couples, and while we were going through, I started picking up into it the first time I met with these people, not the first time I met them, but for this purpose, and as soon as she was proven wrong, she would just start crying and be like, everyone attacks me. And it was like, I was like, hold on, why are you crying? And her husband's like, she always just like, you shut the fuck up. Why are you crying? Yeah. She's like, well, everyone's against me. Why do you say that? And I just start picking it apart until her tears dried up because they were crocodile tears. I said, do you see what kind of damage? I go, I'm not saying you're not right. What I'm saying is, you can't afford to be wrong because you think you have something that achieves you. That's not, like, that's its own mental issue. Okay? So it's like, listen, this is one of the biggest things that I want to convey to people is that you have to know and love yourself unconditionally before you should ever even consider having a relationship with anyone. And that's the thing is, it's so hard because when you're so young and innocent, it's easier to make friends. You just walk. I literally remember my first best friend. His name was Nick. He was in grade 3, I want to say. We had our class was actually, they ran out of classrooms, so our classroom was on the stage of the auditorium, but the curtain was closed, and he was he was from somewhere in the Caribbean. He had very dark skin, but he had straight hair. And it was, I forget where he was from, but it was somewhere significant. I couldn't remember. But I walked up and I'm like, you want to be friends? He's like, looked around. He was like, sure. I'm like, you want to be best friends? He's like, yeah, sure. And I was like, nice. And that was grade 3, you know? And I remember, and I've actually tried to look for him, but I'm like, I don't even remember how his name, like if his name was like Nick Alyss, or it was like Nicholas, or like how it was spelled. And I'm like, shit. But that's the thing is, when you're young, you can just walk up to me and be like, hey, I want to be friends. Oh, why? Yeah. You look different. Hi, I'm different too. What's up?
Yeah.
And, you know,
we changed schools. I changed schools every single year through elementary school and twice in high school.
Fuck.
And different towns and everything. Sometimes twice in a year, 3 times in 1 year. Yeah. And you're all constantly having to go and meet new people and get new friends and stuff like that. So, and I've held on to, like, we don't see each other or anything, but I'll talk to them and we'll still kind of associate, like, certain people that I remember that stood out.
Yeah.
Like, and as kids, it's so much easier, but it's hard, but it's easy still. Well, and that's why, that it helps you adapt though to everybody.
Oh yeah.
Because you kind of know you have to know how to read people. You have to kind of fit in. You know, you have to go about other people's ways. It's community living, kind of. You know, respect other people's.
Oh sure, and that's the problem is we stopped. This is like one thing that really burns my ass. Is that like we've stopped hiring from within in companies where people have started as the lowest level and slowly progressed up. And that kind of stuff, could we just hire from, this person has experience from there, this person has experience from there. And then they don't know how the actual company works, and you get this hodgepodge of people. And in the same sense, that's the thing is, a place of work used to be a community center in a sense, because you got to know other people's families and stuff. And remember, like, back in the day, this is how you would say, oh, well, you have a son, I have a daughter. Maybe we should have a barbecue and see what happens. And that's the thing is, like, I remember even for my my one brother, we there was musings between another Greek family and our Greek family about like, oh, are we going to set them up? And at one point, we were socializing and everything. It was fine, and the problem is when you're in a religious household, like there's a time constraint because you're, it's like no sex before marriage. Just like a lot of people get married fairly young. Like I was married when I was 21 years old. All my siblings they're still married and happy. Well, I don't really give a shit, but they're still married from what I know. I hope they're happy. Though. Well, and that's the thing is there's positive and negatives to it, right? Because realistically, at the age of 20, how are you equipped to analyze somebody to know that person is going to be okay for you, right? It's tough.
I wish I did. I wish I
everyone does.
The person I was with.
Well, but that's the thing is we all have that thing. And look, I thought I was going to be happy, and ended up getting divorced, and it was brutal on my family.
That's true.
Right? That sucks. Yeah. But after all is said and done, if you're staying there, and this was the whole thing was that the dad of that house asked my dad, is like, so we're going to do this? And my dad goes, listen, those times have changed. It's up to them. And the guy was kind of like,
See?
and the funny thing is, my dad was known as he was very, very committed to his principles. And the fact that this other dad who was he wasn't necessarily known for that. He was known as like a cool guy. He's like, yeah, you know, he's cool, right? And so when my dad was like, it's not up to us anymore. We have to just let them choose. They have to be happy. Yeah. And he was like, you are that progressive? And my dad's like, listen, we can't just put them together and assume that they're going to be happy. They have to want to be happy, right?
And people do that themselves now because people will be like, okay, we grew up together. Oh, we have similar friends. Yeah. Oh, these people, we work, you know, we can both afford a mortgage together. Like, people just assume like that. And, you know, meanwhile, she starts only wearing yoga pants, and she's not built to wear yoga pants, and then all of a sudden, she's not giving you blowjobs.
Why does every time Crystal starts saying about something going negative, it's about them getting fat, and it's like, she is a fat hater. God damn it, Crystal.
I am not. I love it. I just don't like when people get sloppy. There's a difference between fat and there's a difference between sloppy.
I know, but trust me, it's a fine line, and we're already fat, so it's hard to really manage. Okay, just saying.
No, I know a lot of it's being proud. Like I said, there's a difference between being proud and respecting and being grateful for food, and then there's a difference of just eating it because you just to eat.
Right, you're talking about people who are fat because they're slovenly and gluttonous, versus someone who's just a large person who still has fun with life and is happy. Food. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's possible, and that's fine. That's great.
I love food and I love ladies, baby.
My best friend is like, I think she's fucking hot as hell, but she's a little bit curvier of a girl, and she loves food, and it's awesome. Like, and she's gorgeous.
Listen, I'll tell you guys right now. And she cares. I've discussed it with other men. A freaky 7 is way hotter than a non-freaky 10. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
That is just scientific fact.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact is, okay, if you can go out after a night out for a slice of street pizza or a hot dog, and she's like, hey, what's up? That's a keeper, man. Because, listen, there's nothing worse than be like, listen, we're both tired, it's Friday, let's just chill in, maybe we'll order a pizza. And they go, actually, I can't have pizza because I have a gluten intolerance. You're like, get the fuck out. Just get the fuck out.
These guys marry these girls, so, and even the ones
Men
that
are
are like
stupid. Men shouldn't have a say in who they marry. They're too stupid for that decision. Because they just say tits and go, oh, okay, whatever. Like, she also emptied your bank account. Boobies.
It's so funny because I always get assumed to be one type of girl, and I'm the complete opposite because I always fall in love with the guy's mom before I fall in love with him. That always happens because I'm a nurturer. I like to nurture them, so so their moms love it because you're taking care of their boys, right? Because you're and they love it. So I always fall in love with the moms before I fall in love with the man, and then it ends up being a hard time me breaking up with their moms because it's
I have heard
I
that
love
before.
you, but your son, maybe he loves you just too much, and I can't be that for him, but yet he wants the other one too, you know, because men assume that I'm like the freak, which I am, but I like to be a lady.
Listen.
I be a lady. I don't.
I just came up with a joke that I would say for that, but I was like,
I don't want to do coke guys message me all the time for some reason asking if I want to do coke and stuff. I'm like, I'm not like a rock star. Like,
I'll come do it.
Even once upon a time,
no problem.
I wouldn't have done it. Like, I didn't like to party with guys like that because it's like I just want to get high. I don't want to sit here and do your. I didn't party with guys like that because they get all weird and then it's too much work. You can't enjoy your buzz. Anyways, fuck, why do you let me just keep going?
I can't stop her, people. She's out of control.
I just ate a good orange vitamin C. Apparently it's good for the COVID.
Listen, actually, on that note, so we're going to have to research this sometime today. I'll send you a link. There's a video on YouTube that keeps on getting pulled down. Now, guys, I can't stress this enough. We are not doctors. We're not professional anything. We're barely people. So one of the things...
not.
Yeah, I'm not. Definitely not a person. Yeah, no. I'm otherworldly. No, she might be an AI. I'm otherworldly. I came from, somewhere very far away. Anyways, the point is, there's a new video that's been released now. The video is from a company called America's Frontline Doctors. Okay? Now, there's another organization, a legitimate organization, not to say that the first one wasn't legitimate, but when I look up what they are, they actually have an answer, and that's the America's Frontline Physicians. That's a real thing. Now, the America's Frontline Doctors doesn't really provide much information. Also, all of the doctors that they just did a 45-minute news conference, okay? It's now getting taken down all over the internet, but it's up and down. Assuming you guys will see this in a week, you're fucked. You're not going to see it. So, but it's all these people who say they're doctors. Well, no, it's all these people who are wearing doctor's coats, which doesn't make sense too. This is the best part. Put a doctor coat on somebody, and everyone just all of a sudden believes them. Oh, that's a doctor.
I'm gonna put on one and go see my grandpa. That's my goal now. I'm going to put on a doctor's coat and go and see him. I could totally pass for a doctor.
Please don't do that, okay? That is not helpful. Anyways, so the problem is that this group of people, I have not verified if they are doctors, a legitimate organization or anything. I literally had 5 minutes before this started to be able to research it. But what it does show you is how much we're being manipulated right now, is that they essentially were saying how coronavirus is a big hoax, and this, that, and the other, and people aren't being told the right information. Well, people, you guys need to start doing your research. I can't implore you enough. And you know what? I don't do enough research. I'm fortunate enough to be smarty pants that I can just piece things together, because I'm not an idiot. And that's not to say that you're an idiot, but I'm saying that we all have our blind spots. So do your research, especially right now.
We just trust people that maybe we need to figure out for ourselves. It's our lives. Figure it out for yourself what's going on, instead of just watching the news and trying to listen to what they're trying to sell you. Because that's essentially, they're trying to tell you their thoughts on their perception. So you figure it out for yourself. It's your life. Anyways, so what are you going to do?
The internet is a storm with articles condemning it. YouTube has taken it down multiple times.
Oh, that's going to get people more sick. Is people saying that it's not existing is going to make it worse, and more people are going to get sick. It is something out there. Yes, I believe that the whole thing is definitely planted. I definitely have that in my head. That's me, my own personal crazy perception. But I think it was developed, not naturally, this whole situation. Yeah. But it is still happening. Like, it's still very much so real. As much as we want to pretend like it's not, it is very real. Somebody really is trying.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. We have a very corrupt system all around the world, really.
We really do.
Because Canada's not any better than the U.S. Like, we're not doing that well. Like, we're doing well numbers-wise type thing, but we're very cautious, and so we are doing well in comparison, but not that well. We believe that it's real.
The majority of us,
believe that it's real.
The majority of us do believe
Well, just the ones that want to hop on whatever train is
crazy.
Got the bigger caboose.
Yeah, all the crazy people love a caboose, people. That's the key. That's where, listen.
Girls, you make the rockin' world go round. She was such a naughty hottie.
Make it stop, everyone, please. Sponsor us so she can't sing anymore. That's all I can ask for.
What kind of sponsors do you want to go for, Dino? Speaking of sponsors, because I'm gonna use my saleswoman techniques, and I just want to know what kind of stuff you want to represent. Should we contact Trojan? I did look up their email and their contact information for that kind of stuff.
Please run things by me before you send them out and have some negotiations with these people.
Oh no!
Okay.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly what I send everybody before I send it.
Sounds good.
I just want to know what kind of companies you're looking towards.
Probably a lot of razor blades.
Research.
You do a lot of razor
which
blades?
ones I can get a hold of.
No, I don't really care. Anything. It doesn't make any difference.
Okay.
I'll advertise like pads and shit. I don't care. Fuck.
We got to see what we offer. We got to tell them what we're going to offer them too. So we got to come up with different like ways that we're going to advertise, like examples of how we're going to advertise for them. Certain stuff we can say when we say it. We have to tell them our viewership. We have to find out like what our, who our target audiences are. I think we're pretty open though. I think our target audience, other than under 19. I mean,
yeah.
Please don't watch us if you're under 19 or 30.
Sometimes you should watch, kids, because we lay it out true.
Yes, that's very true. We don't sugarcoat shit.
That's a scientific fact. We are truth people, not bullshit people.
Well, it's our own truth, so like it's still kind of...
No, I don't think we've lied. You have a couple times, and I'm like, that's not true. Don't listen to her. She's crazy. But... That's
not true. That's only because if I don't honestly know something, though.
If I don't know, I'm just going to make it up.
I'll call myself...
So.
Well, no. I just honestly didn't know that I was wrong. Like, for certain things. Like, there's certain things you told me that I didn't know. Like, why grab the bull by the horns. Like, I'm still in shock by that whole grab the bull by the horns thing. And how you're directing your life. This puts a whole new light on things.
You know what? I can only be happy about that. I think that's a good thing.
Dino, do you have any shows coming up or anything?
No.
Because people are doing all these open mics and stuff, and I'm like, are you doing anything?
No, I'm on lockdown. Victoria is not...
I know, I feel nervous about it too.
Well, you know what? I just don't want it to be my fault if somebody in the house gets sick. That's it. Exactly. Like, honest to goodness, I don't really give a shit at this point. I'm ready to blow my brains out, but...
I'm the only person in my house that it's not... like at risk, so
yeah,
I really don't want to bring it home.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like, listen, I'm 400 pounds. I'm not that safe myself, people. Like, it's just.
Well, yeah,
technically, yeah. I am in a risky situation. I smoke too. This is not a good thing, and that's why I'm like, I don't mind waiting it out. And a lot of people are like, hey, are you coming out? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not leaving my house. I'm good. And they're like,
I really kind of want to go to support, but. I want to feel like this is because there's something happening this Friday at Crazy Jack's in Oshawa, and I kind of want to. I said that I'd go for an audience member. I didn't even bother to ask for an open spot because some people don't give me spots on a good day, let alone now. So
life is so hard when you're thin and pretty. It's not.
No,
life is difficult.
I don't understand it. Some people are just weird to you, and they're people that you really like and you wanted to be nice to you, but they act all weird to you.
It's only because we're dumb. Okay. It's not because of anything else.
I even had like a small little crush on one of them, and then they end up being weird to me and kind of rude. So I was like, to that person. No spots given, no nothing.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
Although super liked my cake pictures. Apparently my baking is what does it. Ooh, speaking of baking, your birthday's coming up soon, Dino.
I'm turning 7,342. I've seen the end and beginning of life. This world is doomed for horrible things. That's my prediction.
Frig.
I'm 9,852
This is supposed to be Morning Motivational Rant.
I'm motivated because somebody said, hey, we're not going to record at 9 o'clock like normal fucking people. Let's record at 8 o'clock because fuck your sleep.
You're so pretty, Dino. Smile. I need a picture for your thing. That is not the picture I want. Show me a pretty smile. Tell him to be a pretty bird, folks. See, folks, when you don't comment, this is what we end up doing.
That's a good point.
I like it. So there, you should comment. There's this one picture that I accidentally deleted of you. You were sitting at your laptop. I really like that picture of you.
That's horrible. I know.
When you were talking on...
I was on a
When
computer.
you were talking the other day, why do you have so much air freshener up on that shelf, by the way? I wanted to ask you about your air freshener situation. Are your farts that bad?
No.
Because you have like 6 cans of air freshener
I think they've just ended up being stored there.
Oh, okay. I was like, do farts smell that horrible that you have to have that much Febreze? Or whatever it is, Airwick?
Probably. I don't know.
We will sponsor Airwick.
We'll sponsor air freshener. You know what? I would love to get sponsored by Fruit of the Loom. Fruit of the Loom. I love...
You should totally be an underwear model.
Let's not go that far.
You could be the new Marky Mark.
I'm going to be the first fully clothed underwear model. That's what I want to be.
No, that would be so hot. If you had like a white tank top, like the white wife beaters or whatever. I don't like calling them that because I think they look hot.
Because they're traditionally worn by men who abuse their wives. Yeah.
Fuck, is that why I love them so much?
Probably.
Like, I have this weird thing.
There's a good chance. There's a good chance, lady.
I think they're hot as fuck.
No, I don't wear waist beaters. I wear a full t-shirt underneath just because I don't like showing. Like, if you can see pit stains on a thing, because look, whenever you go on stage, you start to sweat. So I always wear a t-shirt underneath because I'm like, no, I don't allow that to happen.
I wear a tank top, but all the time I wear a tank top underneath, so it's like an undershirt.
You could wear like a piece of cloth this big, and everybody would be like, no, good fashion sense.
Ew, no,
it's bullshit.
I don't like to dress like that, though.
Bullshit.
I don't like to dress all floozy. Women think that I dress floozy because my shorts are always really short and my skirts are always really short, but I have long fucking legs, and she has
very long legs for someone who's only 4'3", people. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's 4 foot a leg. Like, it's
she has legs, shoulders, neck, head. That's it. She got arms. Her arms stick out from her hips. It's like a conglomerate of bone joints, but she's pretty much all legs. These
women have their titties out though all the time,
and I love it.
I don't have cleavage.
I love it.
Legs are not a sexual organ, like a sexual part. Like, so, but titties are. And so women have their titties out all year long, even in the winter time, and they're judging me for having short shorts. I don't want to be a floozy, but Bermuda shorts look weird.
Oh, you should not wear Bermudas. No.
I don't know.
You look like a really shitty version of Lara Croft. It's not. Just don't do that. No. Yeah, no, don't do that.
No. It's like those, like, peasant-style dresses that make every single woman, no matter how skinny you are, look pregnant. They're, like, tight around the boobs, and then they, like, flare out after that. And it doesn't matter how skinny you are.
That's referred to as an empire waist dress, just so everyone knows. I don't know why I know these things.
You're so weird sometimes. Sisterhood
weird.
of the Traveling Pants, Empire Waist. Wow. I love when your vagina's out. See? And you say we're not girlfriends. We are totally girlfriends.
I am not a lady. I am a man.
What color was your wedding dress, Dino? Did you wear white? Because
I did wear.
You weren't a virgin.
My jacket was my jacket was white. Just a jacket.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think that's fun.
It was very fun. And I looked like a fat James Bond. It was great. Yeah. I even texted.
I think you would look nice in like a nice light tanned color with just a white button-up shirt.
Would you be referring to a linen suit, which I am a big fan of. Yeah. They don't necessarily make in my size, just for obvious reasons. Please don't, for the love of God. I don't like telling people my measurements, so it would be like,
I know your measurements. I've measured you in your sleep.
I love my wife. I don't know what the fuck's happening now. She's lost her fucking mind.
I measured her too. Don't worry.
We don't live in the same city. Oh.
I just like creeping you out at night. Or creeping you out in general.
See, this is...
Like, if you hear...
I'm being attacked by 1,000 fucking cats.
Bite that Panzerotti. Eat that Panzerotti.
I'm terrified about doing this in person. I'll be honest with you guys. It's just, I'm like, I don't know what to expect. She's definitely gonna attack me. There's definitely gonna be like, she's gonna hit me.
There's definitely gonna be a raspberry.
There better not be a raspberry, or someone's gonna get the shit kicked out of them.
Just don't know.
This is the thing is,
it'll be like a year from now.
She is just small enough that I can grab her and use her as a bat. That's the problem.
But I can slip away.
I'm
just small. I can slip
really
away. I'll just oil up and go in.
What the fuck does that even mean?
I'll just like coat myself in Vaseline and just go in there. Like the guy off of Striptease, you know the movie Striptease with Demi Moore? And the guy's like all covered in like Vaseline or baby oil. I don't know what he's covered in. He's just all slimy.
I don't watch those kind of movies because I'm not a pervert. I totally watch those kind of movies. I just fast forward past all the dudes and wait for the titties.
Another one of my female influences. Role models growing up. Demi Moore.
This is making me highly uncomfortable, people. And this is the thing. I'm worried. Oh, my shirt says.
Sorry. I just started reading it.
I gotta see the candy before I get in the van. I'm not stupid. Here, you guys can see this at home. There, see? I'm not stupid. I gotta see the candy first. Ha ha!
Damn
Caught
right.
you in your web of lies. I always wondered about that. Like,
what do you wonder?
I just don't understand where people got the idea. Well, you heard there was a couple weeks ago there was a white van that was trying to coax children into the van with candy.
For the Clintons?
No, it was on Willow. It was at like Young and Shepherd. Like it's close by.
For Trudeau.
We are not saying that any political figure has been abducting children.
All of the political figures are abducting children.
So we're gonna be suicided by tomorrow, guys. Just so you know, we're not even. This isn't even gonna load. It's just gonna disappear into.
Fuck! I'm already fucked because I already have a record of that shit. So now they'll get away with it. Fuck. See? Fuck, please.
Yeah.
And you're big, so they'll just say that you had a heart attack. We're totally fucked. We're totally getting suicided.
Why do I have to have the heart attack? You know what? I have to admit though, like I try and play calm with everything, but it's like people are in a very, very tough spot these days. I really think it, and it's sometimes with what actions that police are taking, you're kind of wondering. It's like, guy, I wouldn't let you touch me like that. I'm like, I'd break your face. Sorry, but it's like that's the thing is there has to be some sort of guideline. It's getting out of control. I don't know what to do, Crystal. Crystal, solve our goddamn problems.
And you're gonna come with me. You guys can all join my cult. I'm going into the bush. Ooh, I've been really researching this stuff. I've been watching the Alaskan people, the ones that live outside in Alaska all winter. Yeah. And I'm like, if I can pick up their tips, I'm totally going to be great. Because if I can survive an Alaskan winter, I can definitely survive a Canadian winter. And then we can do the podcast from there.
Crystal has lost her fucking mind. You can send applications for co-host spots.
They pay for their trips. These no fuckers. I am still gonna be your co-host. Nobody will replace me. I will take her. I will cut a bitch.
What is happening today? Oh my god!
Just saying, whoever you replace me with, better watch out.
I'm not replacing you. It's just a joke. Calm the fuck down, crazy. Holy shit!
You almost had me cutting people. Jesus.
I really feel. You know what the problem is? That when we do things live, I am sure that certain things are going to happen that is going to make us very much not be happy with each other. Like,
no, not at all.
I was talking about you.
Certain things happen.
I'm saying you're going to get me mad. I was just being polite.
No, certain things are not going to happen like that because me and you, I will make it better. And you can be mad at me. I'll be mad at you. I get mad at you all the time.
Nah. I'm unmaddening.
I'm just
People can't
realistic,
get mad at me.
And I'm like, okay, he's being a bit of a douche, but let him be a douche. It's cool.
That's when she responds and says, "Are you editing it tonight?" With like 4 question marks. 4 question marks, people.
Or when he gets, don't say that. Don't say that. It's like, fuck. Relax, Karen.
I'm the Karen. I'm the Karen in this scenario. That's the best part.
Definitely.
I will fucking stab you in the face, you devil-worshipping harpy.
No, I'm moving to the bush, and you're going to come with me, and we're going to live in a big tree house, you and Victoria, and I'll build her a beautiful closet, so that way she has a beautiful closet.
Listen,
for
guys.
all her fancy stuff.
You heard it first. Crystal is dying for some bush. Okay?
Damn straight. Hey, if they're going to be nice to me and tell me I'm pretty, then we're down.
The fuck?
Do they like fishing?
So,
if you like fishing and and you want to go in the bush and build a treehouse with me, then let's go.
I don't think
There's
you
a lot
understand
of couples that do it.
That like the people
and a lot of single guys, but no single women. And I think
there's a reason because the single women that do it end up with the single guys, and then they just disappear. Okay.
Ooh.
No, that's not a good thing. That's definitely not a good thing.
Maybe, no, because I believe that I'm going to meet my forever penis in the forest. So maybe I will meet him. Because we're both where we want to be, right?
It's definitely not going to happen that way.
I know, I have no idea how it's going to happen.
You went camping and I was like, she's dead.
Soon.
She's dead for sure. The fact that you responded after your camping trip, I was like, I just assumed you're going to get eaten by a bear. Just automatically.
Oh, no. That won't happen. We already discussed this. We're going to be buddies, me and the bear. I am more afraid to be in the city than I am to be in the forest alone. There are a lot more people that will eat you in the city than there are in the bush. Like, that will, like, fuck you up in the city. At least in the bush, if you do get eaten by a bear, it's quick and easy. Like, you know. And nobody can pretend like they didn't see anything.
What the fuck? Crystal, seriously?
Well, you set me up for this shit every time. You know.
Oh yeah, it's my fault. The fuck did I do? She's like, you know what? Some of the shit that you say, I'm just like, fuck, lady, you are damaged. Like, goddamn.
No, I'm not at all. Don't I make perfect sense though?
Yeah,
like, really?
But it's just, it's not. Not a nice feeling. I'm just saying. You say some stuff and I'm like, oh, that's not good. That you shouldn't know those kind of feelings. That's not nice.
I see as other people as damaged because people are so jaded with all
and now
this
she's
negative
frozen.
and they can't.
But she's
see
frozen.
the
So
big
yes.
picture of things. But if you look at
so
the
she looks absolutely crazy. It's fantastic.
Are actually pretty
I'm excited.
awesome.
You excited, guys?
Awesome.
I'm excited. We're almost done here.
Really
we are loading up clips, and just an FYI is that we aren't just on YouTube. Where our audio files are available on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. So please like, share, subscribe as well. We send out notification on Instagram and on our Facebook fan page. It's good stuff. Now she's left the chat. She's abandoned me.
You just
I don't know what's happening.
Video, folks.
She's definitely a horrible human being. That's for sure. We can all agree on that. Well, hopefully she comes back. I don't really know what to say else with it, guys. Things have been pretty interesting here. We're just kind of getting things rolling. We started doing clips, so those are going to get released today, which would be like in 3 weeks. No, 2 weeks. So that's something. But yeah, what can you do? I don't know where Crystal's gone now. She's disappeared from off space and time. I think she's just ignoring everything. But I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully she comes back and we can talk. I'm not sure what's transpired. I'm not sure what's going on. But we can talk about some stuff, guys. This is a long time. Oh, what to say. I guess we'll just go on to the Morning Motivational Rant for now. Yeah. So, we've talked a lot about people's personal worth or internal worth, and kind of what breaks us down on a regular basis, what gives us motivation to move forward. We talked about a lot of stuff. Something we've always kind of touched on but never really discussed was something we touched on today, was the idea that you have to be comfortable with yourself. We've seen through the quarantines and everything that we really have a situation where we're getting a lot of stresses from outside of what we do. And it's hard because we don't really realize some of the things that are happening around us, as we're being told mixed information, we're being given, what are they called, alternative facts. And it's confusing, but a lot of people are trying to stand up for something that doesn't make any sense. There's an entire group that's now trying to say that it's illegal, it's unconstitutional for you to be asked to wear a mask, and it's very, very disheartening, the things that are happening around. But one of the most important things through all this is we saw how fast people's mental health just disappears. And that's one of the big things that we're seeing, is that while people's mental health has had a complete and utter lack of support over the decades that everything's been going to shit, that we're forgetting that's our primary responsibility, even as being a human being, just trying to do things right, is important, because we have to know ourselves and get down to what we want and what we believe as well, before we can go and start sending out feelings to other people and stuff. It just gets so dangerous, and I know that seems like a lot of maybe wasted time or time invested for something that may or may not work. My theory is just that if you're not comfortable with knowing who you are, how can you expect anyone else to love you too? Because remember, that's that unconditional love. That's that goal that we all have, and we're missing out in a lot of it, and that's really difficult, because after all is said and done, we're seeing a huge environment of people that are not making sense. They're not really giving us information that we need to make choices, but instead trying to inflate us and enrage us and have us doing all these crazy things, and we don't know why. It's scary. But that's why I think this is a huge opportunity for us to internalize some of our feelings, but to get to know who we are, what are our go and no-go zones. And I know that sounds funny, but the idea is that that's a very, very important gauge in certain jobs, where you have, limit, no limit, and you can't go further than those points. You have to make sure that that's where it goes. And if you know those for yourselves, then you can gauge exactly what it is you're okay with. Certain situations, like we discussed today, where you're going, that's too much for me, I'm out, just fuck it, right? And that's something that it's hard to make that decision, because it really feels like you're pulling off a Band-Aid, but it's a lot stronger than a Band-Aid. It's like duct tape, and you worry that you're going to damage yourself, when in actuality it's more damaging to leave it on. I think that's all I'm going to say for that, guys. So Crystal hasn't come back yet, so it's just me and my pretty face, so lucky you guys. But you can find Crystal on Simply Me on YouTube, and then Crystal Morency on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Instagram. I'm Dino the Genetic Marvel, and you can always find me on YouTube. I have a fan page on Facebook as well. I have Instagram and Twitter. But Morning Motivational Rant, guys, please like, share, subscribe. We're not just on YouTube now. We are on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. We are throwing out little clips as of today, so that's exciting. They're going to release at 10 a.m. We're going to go Monday to Monday. I think we're going 7 days a week just because we have a lot of backed up episodes as well. So we're just going to start releasing them and have fun with it, guys. So in the meantime, have a great day. Be motivated, and feel free to share us with your friends and let us know if there's something you really liked. Have a great day, guys. Bye.